Welcome back to Game 8 and the final qualifying game for the PBA50 Super Bowl Open here in Atlantic, Iowa. Lane 1, we've got Eugene McCune and John Dudak. Eugene's pretty solidly in second place. John Dudak is making a run at it. He's going into Game 7. He was plus 58 and sitting in 9th place, and I don't know what he bowled the last game, but he's certainly in contention here. We're assuming Keith Lesko is still your leader. We'll be back with a full rundown here shortly. In addition to that, we've also got 4th place or higher Joel Carlson on lane 3 and 4. Carl C. Dave Metzler on 1 and 2. Honestly, not sure who our third bowler on 3 and 4 is, but we'll find out here shortly.
Done, bring it, not leave it.
I don't have the full standings yet, but looks like second place after 7 games is plus 199. 6th place plus 144. Super Senior 2, which we're paying 2 super seniors today, and so second place in super seniors is plus 42. Looks like Toby's on his way with official standings. Thank you, Toby. All right. Your leader continues to be Keith Lesko, averaging 239. He's plus 277. Eugene McCune is back in second place at plus 199. Tim Baxter's dropped to third, but still plus 148. Dave Reich is back up into fourth place at plus 130. Joe Carlson fifth at plus 128. And John Dudak is the number at plus 112. Seventh place. I'm sorry, Dudak is 114. Seventh place is Scott Merritt at plus 112. And Tony Manna is right behind him at plus 108. So that rounds out your top 8. Back 28 pins is Dave Axon in ninth at plus 80. He's still got a chance, but he's going to need a really big game. What's that? Another great shot from Eugene. He's looking pretty solid here with a possible 279. In the meantime, Keith Lesko is over on lanes 7 and 8 in game 8. He's starting to struggle a bit. He's got 86 in the 5th with a spare up in the 6th. But he may be able to hold on to the lead because he's 78 pins out in front, but there's no guarantees here. It'll certainly make for a interesting day tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow all the pins drop. It's single elimination match play. If things end the way they do now, Keith and Eugene will get the bye. So whether they finish first or second really don't make a lot of difference today. Really doesn't make a lot of difference today, excuse me. shot from Joel. He's fighting for his life here, but he's unfortunately rolling a Dutch 200 halfway through. Hopefully he can figure out the right lane, or else he's going to be in trouble. He only had a 14-pin lead on 6th place John Duback. John's got his work cut out for him too. He's got a similar situation over here. This is the key lane and the key frames, and of course he's got to deal with a missing pin, so he's going to have to go through a re-rack before he can throw. Dave Axon's not out of it yet. He's got a possible 245, and that could certainly keep him in the hunt. Huge shot for John Dudak. Leaves him with a possible 225, and he's going to need all of it, I'm sure. Well, not going to matter much. Eugene's going to finish second, and Keith Lesko is going to be your leader. They're going to be close in the end, but they're both going to get a bye, so won't matter much. And Joel Carlson stays on the Dutch 200 wagon. And Eugene finishes with 258. And he'll finish the day at plus 257.
Survived it.
Oh, Joel stays on the Dutch 200 still. He's going to really need a strike in this right lane, and he's got a finish over there, so huge shot for John Dudak. That's big. That's really big. He needs another one here to. Can't see what Scott Merritt's doing from here, but We'll check on it here shortly. Very important shot for John Dudek. He's 14 behind Joel Carlson for 5th. He's about to shoot 225. If Joel doesn't figure out this right lane, he's certainly going to drop the spot to Dudek. Scott Merritt, can't tell from here, but it also looks like the Tony Manna was sitting in 8th. I think Tony shot 200 even. So he's not going to move up, but 223 for John Dudek. We'll see if that's enough. Eighth frame, Joel Carlson, the right lane. He has not struck in this lane yet. He's going to need this. And another week 10.
I'll be back. You can give them all the meat and I'll take them home.
That is a tough break for Joel. I think that pretty much locks John Dudek in. Best Joel can shoot no matter what now is 209. And that'll move John Dudek around Joel, so he's, I think, locked in. So now it comes down to Joel Carlson and Scott Merritt. We can't see exactly where Scott's at, but I think he's ahead of Joel right now. We'll have to see what happens these last two frames. Joel needs everything he can get, though. Joel had a 16-pin lead over Scott Merritt, but he's facing a max score of 209. I'm being told that if Joel Carlson strikes out, he ties John Dudek, but he's going to have to do that on the right lane, and he hasn't struck on it yet this game, so. Looks like Scott Merritt's got enough. He's going to make it. This comes down to Joel Carlson, John Dudek. We have, at the best, Joel can tie him, and we'd be forced into a one-game roll-off for the 6th and final spot for tomorrow. John's aware of it, and he's not taking his shoes off just yet. Well, there's two.
Right there, come on.
Well, one shot for the tie for Joel Carlson. He didn't look. Oh. Week 10. We'll have to do the math and make sure, but I think that'll put Joel Carlson into 7th and last cash spot. Leave John Dudek in 6th in the final spot. Final spot? That doesn't sound right, but last bowler out on this pair will be Don Birkenthal. He's trying out the new two-handed style. Started the day one-handed and Scott Merritt finishes 238. That should be enough to put him in. I don't know about Dave Wright. Do we know? Okay, so Joel Carlson may not have bowled himself out of it. He might be the number. It sounds like Dave Wright may have gone backwards. So we will see. He was sitting at plus 130 in. What's that?
It's clear wrong, but it's less.
Yeah. Okay. We think Dave Reich dropped out of the top 6 that last game, but we're going to wait and see. We'll have the official results for you here shortly.
I think he's right.
What did Racker shoot?
We'll listen to Toby here over the loudspeaker.
That concludes the qualifying portion of the PBA50 here at Super Bowl in Atlantic, Iowa. As soon as I get all the sheets turned in, the scores tabulated, we'll have a cut score. If you're close to that 6th spot, you might want to hang around because if it is a tie, we will need a one-game roll-off. And you'll have to be here for that. So, go to those score sheets and get everything taken care of.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to wait a couple minutes, so maybe we can catch an interview or two while we're waiting for the final results. Well, we're here with Eugene McCune. Eugene, second place today. Probably doesn't matter first or second. You got to bye tomorrow, so you had a couple pairs that didn't strike for you, and everything else looked great.
Well, I had a ball in 11 and 12 twice, so
yeah.
I threw like 5 strikes in 2 games and for +2. So that made me happy.
Yeah, every time I saw you down here, you were shooting 250.
Yeah,
so.
Down here they actually struck when you hit the pocket. Just 2 hot. I think 7 and 8. 7 and 8, same thing. I hit the pocket every shot for 1 double for 2 up.
Okay. What was the ball today?
I started with the idol and the new idol, and then I went to the RST2, struck for 2 games, and then couldn't strike on 11 and 12 and tried RST1 16-pounder, and I just couldn't throw a strike with it. And then I switched and I grinded out 220 with RST1. I shot 2-0 on 12. I went back to 12 and shot 2-0. And then the last 2 games I untucked my pinky and then the ball got down the lane better. So it didn't give me that sharp bite. It actually just was a little smoother, so it struck. At least that's what I'm going with.
All right. Well, it's a good story. It looked good. It looked good from here. That last game, 258 to.
I could actually hit somewhere besides flush and still strike. So that was.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow. Good luck.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Eugene.
They suck you back in.
Hey, Joel. Got a second? Hey, we're here with what we think is 6th place and last finalist Joel Carlson. 10th frame. You knew you had to get the you had all 3 on a lane you hadn't struck on. You get the first 2, going for the tie. Did you throw it good and it didn't strike, or did you feel like you didn't throw it?
I threw it like I threw all the other ones. It just left a lot of weak 10s on the right lane. But the only reason I knew I had to strike out is I heard Eugene back here saying he needs all of them.
Well, fortunately, somebody above John Dudak dropped, I believe. We're waiting to see that officially yet.
That's what I heard, so, unofficial. So.
And tomorrow's single elimination.
All these pins drop.
All these pins drop. So you got just, you don't get a bye, but you got a chip in a chair, and that's all
right.
you can ask for. So
I just ground out all day. That's no big games, no little games, nothing under 200.
That was good. That last game, I was a little worried about you because you were going for the Dutch 200, which would have been in this kind of an environment. That's not a good score.
I had a Dutch 200 going in the first game.
Oh, did you?
Struck out for 210.
Okay. So
I almost finished it with another one.
What was the magic ball today?
I switched after the first 2 games to the astrophysics, something clean pearl, and that carried way better than everything else I threw was even worse at knocking out 10 pins. So.
All right. Well, impressive day. A lot of good square shooting.
Yeah, I never missed one. So
we're assuming you're in. So good luck tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. And
thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thanks, Joel. Hey, Scott.
You said YouTube 864 PBA?
Yeah, PBA8634. And since you're here, we're here with tournament leader Keith Lesko. Great bowling today. Did you ever have a time when you were struggling today, or was it just a great day all around?
It was a real good day. We hit 1 and 2, and that was that beat me up a little bit. I shot $180 something in the middle of the squad. I shot 190 the last game, but first or second really doesn't matter based on the format tomorrow. So it's been a rough few months. Felt like I was starting to come out of it, and lo and behold, this kind of came out of nowhere, and I am beyond pleasantly surprised.
Well, we're happy to have you back in the Midwest region. Hadn't seen you all year. I've been watching you on the national tour, and it didn't go as well as you had hoped, so nice to see you back on top here. What was the magic ball today?
It was an Obsession Tour, a pin-up Obsession Tour.
Okay.
Hammer, great piece of equipment, nice and early, a little bit arky, and it just read the mid lane really well. And I don't know if I shot a dozen 10 pins all day today. I mean, if I get into the pocket, it struck a lot.
Yeah, every time I saw you, you were striking. So
it was not bad.
All right,
I wish it could always be that way.
You don't even have to be here first thing in the morning. So
no, I don't.
We'll see you tomorrow, and good luck to you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Scott Merritt, Iowa City. Scott Merritt, originally from here, or went to high school here.
Went to high school
Come
here.
back and last game snuck into the finals, and that's probably actually ended up 4th or 5th. We don't know for sure yet because we're still tabulating. Tell us about the day. You were kind of in and out all day.
It was really up and down. I mean, I was even for the first 4 games, and then we got to 5 and 6, and everybody that was really scoring, like Keith, for example, was playing really straight, so I kind of want to get away from hooking the lane, and then, I pulled out a polished pro motion, which is, a discontinued ball, but it's kind of my go-to ball to get me out of trouble, and then I go over the front 10 here, and then actually had a pin on the deck on 3 and 4, and they pulled it out. It was making noise, and then lane turned off, and I had to reset. That kind of really threw me off for the last one. I just threw a really terrible ball, but that game kind of is what put me into it. So,
well, you hung on there at the end. There was several of you that still had a chance, and you're not sweating it out, wondering about the numbers. So that's good. You certainly finished strong.
Yeah, it's always good to be able to just know you're safe and just
lucky
back,
you didn't carry that trip 6-pack.
But yeah, it'll be fun. It's always nice to come here. It's, like I said, I haven't been here since '84 when I graduated high school here, so it's good to be back.
All right,
Dan's a good guy. We always appreciate everything he does. So it's good to have something a little farther on this side over here. So
a little love for the western side of Iowa. We don't get a lot of it here, but hey, good luck tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we're about to get some final results, but. Hey, we're here with John Dudak. John, you snuck in, and then actually we thought you had it, and then Joel Carlson looked like he was going to tie you and have to go to a roll-off, and then somebody else dropped out, and we think that
I just made it in there, and Joel was 6th. I think.
So you're probably going to wind up 5th, is what we think.
That's what we think. Yeah.
We're not going to say that officially yet on the show, but great bowling today. You actually kind of started down a bit, and you had a ways to come back. So.
Yeah, I started 180, 2-0, 190. I had really bad ball reaction, and until I started moving left faster, I didn't have any kind of a look at all. I moved left, and it was okay.
Yeah. So what was the magic ball today?
There was 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
I had to switch as the day went on.
Let's listen to Toby as he gives us the official.
Qualifying round. And I'll start with the tournament leader, qualifying round leader at plus 270, Mr. Keith
270.
Fresco.
Yeah, he bowled really well today. Wow.
And 13 pins back to that is plus 257, Eugene McHugh.
Not bad either.
Both Keith and Eugene will get a first round bye in tomorrow's bracket finals. The bracket finals rounds will be the best 3 of 5 games for each of the 3 rounds that we take. Third place at plus 150, Scott Merritt.
Oh, he jumped up that last game.
Yeah, he did.
He was below me with 1 game to go.
John Dudek slides into 5th place as the highest qualifying super senior at plus 137. Also a super senior, plus 136 is 6th place Joel Carlson, the last spot in the match play. Plus 136 is the cut for match play. Or excuse me, not match play, it's kind of match play, it's a bracket finals. And then the 2 super senior checks, we have a plus 90, Mr. Dave Axon. And a familiar name, plus 32, Dan Duskin.
Hey.
Last super senior check.
Congratulations to Dan, our host, catches a super senior check. And if he's really as old as I hear he is, he earned that. So
tomorrow we'll start at 9 o'clock with an 8:30 a.m. roll call. So I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30. We're reminding all the finalists that at 8:15 we will have optional practice for you. And that will be on lanes 11 and 12.
He said 8:15.
We'll be using 1 through 10
That sounds
for
early.
the bracket finals.
yeah, that is early, but I got to be here too. So, hey, John, congratulations.
Thank you.
You made the finals. We're going to see what happens tomorrow.
See if we can learn from our mistakes today.
Yeah,
and
start
improve upon it. Yeah.
out hot instead of.
I'm going to start out a little further left than I did start out today because I hope that's key tomorrow. Hey, nice.
Sounds
finish.
great. Well, your first that's going to be your first opponent will be Tim Baxter tomorrow.
Okay.
So
Well, we'll see what happens.
we'll see you in the morning. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone. By the way, your seventh place. There is no seventh place check. It was just the 6 finalists. So I've been saying all day there was a single cash spot, but there is not. So just the super senior spots. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow morning, and we're going to try to do the same thing and get things uploaded as quickly as we can from Atlantic, Iowa. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.